Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Sim, that's very smooth. This sim has been made using the new random sim generator by playita.tumblr.com or playita. There's so many ways to pronounce this, and I honestly do not have the time to try all of them. So down below where you can find this, but basically what you do is you fuck it. Check it out for yourself. Apparently explanations are out of the window for today. Many times I do a cast struggle with what to talk about. I was editing another video and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it today, and I really wanted to upload because I felt like it, you know, it was really de-stressing. Makes me feel like yeah, something like that. Interpreted that however you want it. It makes me feel like The only thing I know for sure is that I want to use some of the new content that I downloaded that's in my upcoming video for probably tomorrow or the day after, depending whenever I feel like editing that video, but probably tomorrow. Honestly, I don't mind talking. I'm actually really good at talking. I can talk a lot. I can talk really fast. I can talk about anything. I'm really open. But I never have a good topics. I can talk about all the stupid mistakes I have made during my teenage years. I can tell you about the time that I technically almost stole something, at the time that I met up with people, or the types of friends I mean, there's a lot of things I could talk about that are mildly interesting, but I do have a lot of topics that are simply like, remember that day I was very constipated on Wednesday. And honestly, let's just start with something, because I do want to try out a little story time, even though I only make 0.01 cent. That's still a 0.01 cent that I can use in the future. If I have enough videos, I might just get actually a cent or 10 cents. Someone else had this time in their life where they were young, desperate, in need of love, depressed, sad, name it. So I was the kind of girl that was really, really shy and very emotional. I'm looking at myself talking and my fingers are literally going everywhere. I'm talking with my hands in such weird manners. I wish you could see it, but I know you can't, and you probably don't want to either. Trust me, it's really weird. So I was a very emotional person. Emotional in the sense of if my friend said something I didn't like, I would cry, literally. Not the kind of person that's too nice, too sweet, too whatever. I was a huge asshole, a huge dick. But at the same time, I was super nice. Now, I don't know if I ever told you a story about me and guys, but I was a very naive person. I was very lonely. I didn't have much friends. I never had a boyfriend. And everyone has always done all these things with boys and girls, and I didn't do jack shit. And I remember I was in it's not senior year. I know my senior year, the year before my senior year, which is whatever, it's a year, a little bit more childish. So that doesn't necessarily mean that I was like 4 in my head, right? 4 is a little exaggerated, but I didn't develop much emotionally through puberty, which is why I had more of a childlike mind, even though I was like 15, 16. Not saying that it's old, but I was definitely more. Look, I thought you could get pregnant by giving someone a blowjob. Okay, that's how it was. Imagine that. Yeah, I was not as mature as I probably should have been, and I was like, we had MSN, okay, Messenger. I remember sometimes you get like a random request, so I got a request from one called Ronald McDonald. You know, that should have been a warning sign, but no, he was like really nice and whatever not, and I think it was like in his 30s back then, so he was definitely a predator. And he would always like message me, and we would be like, I know we were in class, but our class, like I did an administrative class. Most of the time I had nothing to do, so I would just sit there and be on Twitter. I remember that we also had Messenger still at one point. I don't know if it was on Messenger still. I don't think Messenger existed when I was 16. Maybe it did. I don't remember exactly when it stopped, but we had that at one point. And I would be either talking through whatever fucking thing I used, we would be talking. And he would call me things and sweet things, and I distinctly remember, like, one of the 2 girls that I always had beef with. I always made up with and then made beef with again and then made up with and made more beef. He's right, we don't like each other, but let's just stay together because at least it's better to be friends with your enemies than friends with actual people that like about you. Apparently that's the mindset of a teenager. So like, yeah, she knew about that, right? Because I told her, and then she would be telling me like, oh, is that a text from Ronald or Ronald? And then my other classmates would be like, who is that? Is that your boyfriend? And I would be like, maybe. I don't remember if I said yes. Hopefully I didn't say yes, but no, we should come. Now, mind you, I was 15, 16, maybe younger, depends. 14, 16, let's just say that. And at one point he wanted to meet up. Now, any common sense has left the chat at this point, and I wanted to be loved so bad. I wanted a boyfriend so fucking bad that I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing it. So we were talking and we made a plan to meet up, and I think it happened on the weekend because obviously during school times I probably had no chance. So I made up this excuse that I wanted to go. I think if I remember correctly, I was gonna go with someone somewhere. I don't remember who or what, but I was gonna go with someone somewhere. And I told my mom. My mom was like, okay, that's fine. She was very chill about that, surprisingly. And I remember I had texted and said, oh, I'll just bring my bike and whatever. The stupidest fucking shit ever. Like, my mom doesn't even know this. I gave him my address at that time. Like, he has my address, my total address. Like, not even joking. He knew exactly where I lived. I don't know if I said my house number or just the flat, because I live in a flat. And even though I never gave people my address. However, I think this specific time, because he was at my house, he probably had my address, but I don't know if I actually said him exactly which floor I lived. So maybe I made it. I'm hoping for my own sanity that I was a little secretive, but let's just say he knew what it was. So my balcony is like, well, obviously my balcony's at the back of my house. Wow, nah, Jesus, that's a great revelation. But basically, the living room is obviously near the balcony. So the place where we met was at the back of the house, because I knew that if it was at the front of the house, my mom may see me leave with this person. So I thought, okay, maybe at the back of the house she won't see. But then when I was walking with the bike at the back of the house, I was like, holy shit, what if she sees me? If my mom looked out at the window for just a split second, she could have seen me walking away with this random dude, right? But then again, she could have just gone on the balcony and saw me, or there's so many things that could have gone wrong. So here I am, like 14, 15, 16, hanging out or meeting up with this man, strange man, never seen him, in his 30s, 36, I don't know, something like that. Now the thing is, I don't know if I saw a picture of him, I don't know, but when I saw him in person, damn it, like, where is my dream boy? Where is he? He was, like, no offense, but he was not my type. He wasn't cute. He wasn't anything. He just looked straight up like a predator, like someone that lured young girls to come, hang out with him and then force them to stay with him, probably forever, in the basements, wanted posters, that kind of shit. And I remember before this happened, Daddy had asked me if I had a basement. Yeah, okay, this is how it starts. If I had a basement, and I was like, yeah, I do. Oh, but we could meet up in your basement. And at that point, I was like, okay, that's weird. I thought that was weird, but it didn't stop me from meeting him, right? So I said no to that because I didn't want to, because I felt like that was weird. Like that whole part, that felt weird to me. Anyway, so we're meeting up and we're walking, and I'm like, I got this like knot like in my stomach, and I was like, this feels weird. There's something super weird about this. And as we were walking, this feeling only grew worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And at one point, I felt like if I left with him, I would have never come back. I felt really sweaty and unsafe, and he was not cute, and he was like joking, oh, is this the bike we're gonna bike on, like it's really small, blah, 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 blah. At one point I was like, I don't fucking know what to do, right? So I I grab my phone and I look at it and I'm like, oh, my mom just texted me. Oh, she wants me to come home right away. Something happened. I hope I gave some, well, even if it wasn't a good excuse, I still made it home, so whatever. So that's the kind of excuse I had. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was ready to turn around. I was like, sorry. I was like ready to turn around. And he was like, remember exactly what he said. That makes sense. And I just remember feeling bad for him as well, even though it was weird. And I just said, I'm sorry. And oh, but you can give me a hug. And I gave him like this weird, the tiniest hug, and just like left. I don't know if I biked or just left. I put the bike back in the basement, went back up, and my mom was like, oh, you're home already. And I was like, yeah, my fucking friend just dumped me. She didn't tell me shit. That was kind of that kind of excuse, right? Sorry, I started talking like I'm stumbling over my words because it's just fucking ridiculous what I said. And anyway, so I'm also gonna try not edit this video too much, so that's also gonna be something. Yeah, that's what happened. And I came back home and I broke off all contact, and boom, that's the story. I don't know if this is interesting or not, but I just felt like talking about something else for once that may be slightly hilarious or not during a cast. So yeah, that's my talking for today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you like this cast. If not, hopefully you like the story time. If not, there's nothing else to like, so just dislike it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Everybody makes me stay.